Hello, everybody out there. This is Lee at Fresh Astrology, and I'm joined here today by my colleagues and co-founders of Camille, my coaching company. We've got Carolyn, who is in the white shirt. I never know, because sometimes I point, but then when I see it later, you're not where I pointed. So, Carolyn, hello.
Hello.
And then
Hi,
we have
everyone.
Mimi in a darker shirt. I can't see exactly what color it is, but
Hello, I'm in black. Yeah.
hello, Mimi. All right, so today we're talking about purpose. This is a big, big topic right now. You'll see a lot of people talking about it, having conversations about it. Do they like the idea of purpose? Do they not like the idea of purpose? But astrologically, and people on my channel who follow me know this, and people in the membership lounge who joined that, where I do private readings and forecasts, know that I'm really focused on purpose. And I'm not doing that just to buy time. It's because astrologically, and you guys watching, you'll see I've got Carolyn's chart here. She's graciously volunteered to be a guinea pig. And she is a sun Sagittarius, and she is a moon Taurus. We're not sure 100% on her rising sign, so I just didn't even go there. We're just going to put her sun sign as the rising sign. But you can just see how lovely, just by looking at her chart, you know, that moon Taurus and the sun Sag. Everybody loves the Sagittarius. Everybody loves a Taurus. And everybody loves Carolyn. So, but astrologically for all, and for Carolyn too, and for me, and for you, everybody out there, this 2020 is the year to kind of get clear on why you're here. Like, who am I? Why am I here right now? Is very important. And it's not to make you feel bad if you don't know the answer to that. And it's not to, you shouldn't have any guilt or shame over that. But it is a time to begin to gently guide yourself toward why you're here. And sometimes when Mimi and Carolyn and I do events and we talk to people about purpose, we realize that some people think it's like this big achievement or goal you're supposed to do. Like it's this big thing that you have to go out there and do. But it's more about going inward and connecting and reconnecting to yourself more clearly and more consistently. And this is just what this year and this decade is all about. So we're going to look at Carolyn's chart, and a kind of wonky way we get at purpose astrologically is to look at like the anti-purpose, like the purpose that's not. And so Carolyn, we're going to look at your kind of where your purpose indicator is, but then we're going to kind of look at the anti-purpose. And so, for example, if you can see my cursor, this is Carolyn's north node when she was born. And by suggestion, the south node is over here on the opposite side of the chart. And the south node is kind of like the anti-purpose. That's not exactly it. That's vastly oversimplifying. But when she was born, that was kind of where it was positioned. But currently, the north node is here for her. And the south node, by suggestion, is over here where Jupiter, that's Jupiter right there. Jupiter is conjuncting her south node. And so, Carolyn, this all happens to be in the area of your daily work life. So how is it feeling for you right now?
Yeah. So how it's feeling right now is very, like I'm feeling a lot of pressure all of a sudden to get on purpose, to figure it out, and to like fly, you know, like to move forward with that, and to let go of the things that aren't working for me. And I'm just feeling very squeezed, and like 2020 is the time to figure it out. The things I don't want is to be beholden to somebody else's schedule, and to be beholden to somebody else's salary, and to those types of things. I really want to be in a position to be my own boss more. So I'm curious about the astrology of it all. And when you say like that some people have like maybe a negative feeling around purpose, that just excites me. I don't feel pressure or like a major goal. It just feels sort of like you're coming more and more home
Hmm.
to who
Yeah,
you really are. So, and I don't feel like my purpose has to be to like save the world. It just has to be to do what I'm here to do. So,
right.
um, super curious about what my South Node says to see if it lines up with how I'm feeling.
Yes. Well, let's take a look at that. So the current South Node, like I said, is down here conjunct Jupiter. So that means that South Node of, ugh, this is not where I belong. I
Hmm.
feel like I've taken the wrong turn and I'm down or the wrong corridor and I need to get back on track. That's when our that part of our life is being expanded, the South Node, yours is directly conjunct Jupiter. Um, it can just feel like I'm just going down the wrong trail and I need to get on the right trail because I just know
Hmm.
I'm going to. And it's that if you literally were, if you picture yourself out in the woods and you've got that instinctual sense of direction and you just get that eerie feeling like the sun is setting, you only have this much water, you're in the middle of the woods, and you get that awful pit in your stomach like, I think I've been going in circles, or I think I'm heading the wrong way and I've gotten way off track.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it's exactly like I imagine somebody with your lineup here would be feeling really antsy and like, man, I am just going in the wrong direction and the sun's setting, and for me to be safe and to feel like I'm safe, I need to do something fast.
Yeah.
And furthermore, that's Venus when you were born is right here. And again, for like, I've got a lot of astrology peeps who are really good at astrology. We're not analyzing her whole and going into vast amounts of detail, but I'm just pointing out some very simple ways to look at purpose and anti-purpose, then to see what's going on for Miss Carolyn over here. But Venus is in the second house, has a lot to do with your money situation and also kind of where your heart and that part of you that's really compassionate and giving meets the world, but through work. It's very important for you to be able to express that particular part of you at work, not your
Mhm.
sharky part. Like your Mars is up here. Um, if Mars was here, it would be slightly different. But Venus, you really want that softer, more Venus-like side of you to be able to express itself through what you do every day. And if you don't feel like you're doing that, you're just going to feel very out of balance.
Yeah, that's
And
exactly how I feel.
right now, you've had Pluto bearing down on that Venus for a while. It's like an elephant sitting on a peanut, you know.
I'm the peanut.
You're the peanut and you're getting crunched and cracked. And you said you feel like you're being squeezed.
Yeah.
And that's that
Yes.
heavy, heavy energy of Pluto and Saturn together. Those are the two heavy, like, it's like the elephant and the gorilla. And they're sitting on like this delicate rose of Venus in your chart and making you feel squished and very uncomfortable. But the good news is, like, your desire for change is exactly what they want. They want you to do a very deep, meaningful, purposeful, intentional, authentic change. And they want you to have learned from your past and past missteps how to proceed, that so that you're learning and you're like a willing student of life so that you can get it right, because they want you to get it right in this year.
So do I.
And I know you're feeling it really strongly. So to help people, I know, Carolyn and Mimi and I do like these coaching exercises all the time to kind of help us, because coaching tools are just so powerful. They seem simple, but they really do the work. They really help you find direction, clarity, detail, like the details you need to move forward. And we've put some of these exercises in something that we're calling the Purpose Shift Bullet Journal. And so, Mimi, do you want to talk about kind of what is a bullet journal?
Yeah, well, it's the journaling and journals are all the rage. If you follow anybody, any influencer, everybody's come out with their own journal or planner. We kind of hooked on the idea of the freeformness of a bullet journal page because it's virtually empty and you can create whatever you want. But we wanted to do that in a way that was coaching and helpful. And so we've come up with prompts, and it's just interesting listening to this conversation. And you talk about True South because the South Node, one of our days does kind of have that in there. And I wasn't sure where that came from. And now I can see that you were drawing that from your astrological background, that notion of True South and what is it your kind of purpose and how you can sort of tease that out. So the prompts in our Purpose Shift bullet journal are to help you start thinking about purpose in a way that's fun. That's the power of a lot of coaching exercises, that they are simple, but just taking that time to sit within yourself and work on that page is powerful.
Yeah.
Explain it.
Yeah, thank you. And so like the reason I think this would be like not only the purpose journal exercises for Carolyn, but this idea of True South and the South Node, and what's actually happening for Carolyn right now is she's getting really crystal clear on what she does not want in a very strong and uncomfortable way.
Yeah, I love
And
that
what
idea.
I do when I'm in these moments of transition, like real transition, like something has to change, is I fall back on tools and resources.
Mm-hmm.
So I do things like bullet journaling, and if somebody could hand me the bullet journal and say, this is on purpose, you will find prompts to help you find your purpose, that would be super helpful. I think that's why we created it. But I also do my mindfulness tools, and I just go lean on those resources that have been proven in the past to help me make a smooth transition forward. So 2020 is going to be all about that for me.
Yeah. Oh, and Carolyn's a Reiki master, just so people, is that how you say it? How do you say it?
Yeah, Reiki master.
Yeah.
Got it.
So she's a healer through and through. So the Purpose Shift bullet journal is really just a taste of what we do in our programs and courses. It gives you a sense of like the tools that we use. They're fun, they're playful. Like this bullet journal's it's addressing a serious topic. It's something that we all take very seriously for ourselves, why we're here. That's a big question. But the journal itself is meant to be very playful. You could use crayons, color pens, watercolor, acrylic, or just a pen. You don't have to get creative, but you can. And it's meant to be something that the exercises themselves are not meant to be serious, even though they're addressing a serious topic. This is a way that we get people out of their left brain into their right brain and playing, using the creativity of play to deal with some serious questions. So it's a freebie that we give to people. It's fun. It just gives you a little taste. And it also will, if you go through and do each of these 7 days, it's just a 7 days long journal. If you do each one, and you don't have to do them like one day after the other, although it's good to keep the momentum, but you could come back to it like the next week and do one, and then the next week and do one. You use it however you want. But do all the exercises. It will actually begin to lead you down a path and give you some more clarity. If you do all 7 exercises, you will have more clarity and just a sense of play. It'll take you out of that little hamster wheel of, I've got to find out, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. And they just put you in that childlike wonder. And that's a better state of mind to address these kinds of issues.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun tool to kick off 2020, the year of purpose with.
Yeah.
And we'll link it. We'll put a link in it.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.